So there's no doubt in my mind that the Tokyo XL version here, I'm sure the Tokyo is just as good, is one of the coolest, if not one of the best frames that is available. I know people that are racing these and they swear by them. I loved the 6-inch version that I was flying. It flew amazing. I got the best video out of it possible that I've ever got because of the butter mounts. You can see how everything just kind of wiggles around real good because it all comes up through the frame there. Keep all the noise out of the gyro. It's got these beautiful injection molded canopies that it comes with, and of course they have a GoPro canopy. But the problem I'm having with it is that I made some changes around inside the stack. The crossfire being double or if not triple the size because of the connector there compared to something like an XM Plus or something for racing, which these are designed for, create some design challenges when you're trying to pack everything in there, and you really need the right kind of equipment. I like to run individual ESCs with the Speedix high voltage here, running 5S on this one and on the other Tokyo. But with all of these extra wires kind of you have to sneak in there, and then getting the crossfire in there, I had to make a lot of modifications to the canopy on the inside and on the outside, and it really compromised its integrity a little bit. The other problem is the SMA connector coming down at an angle into the props and not really being able to get a good foothold into here to screw in, say, the back of the Unify SMA connector, so you can really torque down and maybe use some 45 degree or 90 degree adapters. Video transmitters that have the old school straight SMA connector like this 2.4 immersion are okay because you could kind of stuff them up in there and stick the antenna out that way, and then you would be all good. But the problem is that with the camera and everything in here, it kind of starts smushing down, and it takes away from what this butter mount is made to do. So what I decided to do, since flight time and everything is so crazy this time of year because it's of course winter and it's cold, and 6 inches are just horrible to fly in like wind and stuff anyway if you're looking to get good footage. Since I'm not that big of a guy as far as YouTube goes, I don't get all of these awesome new 6-inch props to test. Who knows when they'll be out, and who knows how hard they will be able to get once they are released. So I took all of my components out of the Tokyo, and I built a 5-inch Goby long range. This is an old frame that I had, the Goby 210 from Rmrc, and this was a pretty popular frame for, I guess, your average or budget-minded consumer when it came out. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but I've got everything packed in there now. I've running the Speedixes, I've got the Primo motors on there, and I have, you can see it's still pretty tight even with the short standoffs in there. I got the CL racing board, the crossfire crammed underneath there, Unify, and then I hate these I love, but I hate these antenna extensions that come on these VTXs now. But in order to get the antenna up as high as possible to get the best transmission for 5.8, I actually ended up moving the top plate back, as you can see here, and I just kind of have the wire just kind of snaked right through and going up right through the plate there. I did have to modify the back plate so the 5-inch props wouldn't hit it, and of course there's no camera protection up front here at all, but don't plan on crashing a lot with 5-inch long range, but you never know. We'll deal with that later. In the process of all this, you know, my Martian 2 5-inch flies great. It gives me the best video, but it is around 450 grams, I would say, somewhere around there. Without a GoPro, without a battery. The ESCs on it, I could replace with my SpeedXs and stuff, and it would be able to run 5S, but I really don't care about all that right now. I just want to leave it as is because it works great. This one here comes in at around 365. So it is a little bit lighter, and that has helped as far as flight times and stuff go. I'm actually getting just as even today, just on the maiden flight that I just did, a lot of hard punch outs and flying around and flying against, you know, an 18 to 20 mile per hour wind. With the 1600 5S, I was able to get about 6 minutes of flight time. So that was pretty respectable. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got this GoPro Session 3D printed mount right here going on. And, you know, you can see this is definitely a dated frame. It's unibody design. It's super thick. I mean, I don't even know how thick this thing is. Maybe 5 millimeters. I don't know. It is extremely thick. Running Dow 5050s because those seem to give me the best video so far. And I've watched back the video and I'll play it right now. We can just kind of talk over it. It's definitely needs some tuning, and I was having a hard time out there in the wind flying it. The other thing I noticed is, man, with the extra moisture in the air and on the ground, 5.8 really gets killed by snow. Wow, it just is nowhere near as good as it was a few months ago. So that's kind of a bummer too. But just kind of a shift of things until I can get the appropriate equipment to put into the Tokyo XL, which really needs an all-in-one type of board. And like a 4-in-1 ESC stack. So that would be the best and optimal, because just like I said, having these bigger, thicker wires here running around and through the canopy and everything really takes away from what this thing is supposed to be and do. And it, of course, it increases the weight on everything. So if you're going to build one of these, definitely do some kind of stack, so that way you can have this nice flimsy butter mount thing going on. I mean, they're great frames. I would say it's even better quality than a Chameleon. A lot of people say that the Chameleon is the best quality frame that they had. I think this is way better than that. So this is just keep the flight footage rolling here and go to the big screen and take a look at it, and we'll talk to you guys later. There'll be more coming from the Goby.